All right, last part in task 1 is writing the summary paragraph. So this gives you some information on how to do it. What is a summary? How do we do some steps with making this summary? Okay, and then it breaks it down here on the IVF, excuse me for the blurriness, on the, let's do this, IVF statement. What is going on with my focus? Here we go. Oh, so first you need to identify it. What is it? It's Rodolphus, the Egyptian Cinderella. Verb it and then finish it off. So identify it. Rodolphus is the Egyptian Cinderella. Verb it. She was blessed, and I got that based off of the theme that we got from the last one. And finish it off. Why was she blessed? She was blessed to be the queen of Egypt because Pharaoh married her, which made her queen of all of Egypt. So now we need to rewrite this so that it looks like a sentence and then list the important details. Guess what? I don't have to rethink about the details. I just can go back to the stuff I already wrote down and copy it here. And then I'm going to use these things to write it in nice paragraph form on the back page. You do not need to rewrite it on binder paper. You can write it here nicely. I'm not going to show you my final copy of this because I'm going to be grading you on this, but I will fill in this little part and show you that. So first thing I had to do was rewrite that neatly. I just took the exact same words and just made it nice and neat. Rodolphus, the Egyptian Cinderella, was blessed to become the queen of Egypt. Okay, now it says to list the important facts or details of this piece. So I'm going to go back to my setting that gives me some details. I've got my character organizer, which also gives me some details of the characters. And then I've got my event organizer that gives me some details on the events that took place. And I'm just going to plug those in right here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces for that. Okay, so here in this part, because it says the word list the important facts or details of the piece, I don't have to actually write in complete sentences. So I'm just putting things here that spark my brain as I'm writing my paragraph. So I put that some information about Rodolphus and her being kidnapped and that she was a slave and she liked to sing and dance and she was good looking. All this stuff I got from the things that we already did. I put some information about where it took place long ago in Egypt, and they had good weather and there was animals. It was by the Green Nile. There was by the Mediterranean. And then I put some more information about the characters because they kind of made the story flow in its order. So I've got the falcon god Horus, who took Rodolphus' slipper and then gave it to the Pharaoh as a sign. And then I've got Pharaoh, who loved adventure and found his queen. His queen, of course, was Rodolphus. And then the servant girls who were mean to Rodolphus. So now my step 4 is to use the IVF statement, fact list, and graphic organizer to write the summary paragraph. So I'm going to take all this information from this page and then I'm going to put it over here in a nice, neat paragraph. Like I said, I'm not going to show you the video of my paragraph, but I can give you something orally and then you can write it in. So it says rewrite the IVF statement. So I'm going to literally rewrite step 2. Rodolphus, the Egyptian Cinderella, was blessed to become the queen of Egypt first. And then if I needed to, I could just go back to one of 2 pages. I could go back to my storyboard chain of events and say first, and then choose one of these because I already put my IVF statement. So first, Rodolphus was kidnapped. I could do something like that. Or I could look over here on my summarization page and use that. Okay, next, what happened in the story? Okay, Falcon came and took the slipper and gave it to Pharaoh. And also, these girls were really mean to her. You know, I put something like that in there. And finally, Pharaoh found Rodolphus, and they decided that she would be the queen and rule all of Egypt with him. And that's it. That's the end of task 1. You would be done with this packet. You would not answer this part just quite yet, because like I said, you have to finish these other task packets. But that would be the end of this packet.